If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your blood.
Follow the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
My wife can't take criticism. This is what someone just wrote in, and you can write into one of our counselors at the Marriage Foundation, and I choose our topics from those. And someone wrote in and he said, my wife can't take criticism. Well, I'm not one of the counselors. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation, and I'm going to help you with this. It isn't just wives who have difficulty with criticism, and there is a very deep explanation for this. So let's first not condemn your wife. Let's shift. Let's look at this as something we want to resolve. We don't want to get into a fighting match over it. We don't want to point fingers. What do we want to do with this topic? What you want to do is you want peace and harmony in your home. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to be very candid with you. Sometimes I get into trouble, but everything that I share with you is based on principles, rock solid. So when I tell you that your expectation is not realistic, we won't leave it there. I'm going to help you with this, but let's start there. And the way we understand that it's not realistic is by taking a look at human beings in general, and then we're going to take a look at your wife as a woman more specifically. So in general, we are a composite of 1 trillion cells. And what we know for sure, scientifically, is that every cell, every living cell, is driven by the drive to survive. Sometimes individually, usually, sometimes as a community. But that innate drive to survive exists. It is a biological certainty. It is a reality. So when all of these cells come together to form a plant, for instance, or an animal, or a human being, you don't just have to deal with a one cell layer of the drive to survive. You have to deal with the whole organism. So what's going on here is criticism. If you really want to be real about it, criticism is an attack, flat out. When you offer criticism, when you offer a suggestion, if it's not couched properly, when you offer direction, when you offer instructions, if it's not couched properly, a human being who hears it will take it as an attack. Now, I would wager anything that it's true for you as well. But what's happening for you now is you're on the reciprocal end of this. You're giving criticism and you're getting flack back. Usually. In some cases, a wife will sulk. Rarely. Well, I should say, rarely do we get a complaint.
Is he cooking? The man is cooking. I like to play obscure little clips for you just to give you different perspectives. This is hour number 2. Tonight's topic, man. Is it really constructive criticism? Is it a positive critique? Or is your partner trying to take you down by insulting or demeaning you? This is heavy stuff tonight, man. Because I'm going to tell you, one of the worst things a person or people do in their relationships, let me say that again. One of the worst things people do in their relationships is take out their unfinished internal work or their unrequited wounds, pain, or their insecurities out on their partners. That's one of the worst things we do. Things we haven't conquered within ourselves are the impetus for why we attack our significant others. Tonight's topic, man, constructive critique or cruelty. How to decode your partner's words. Don't take it personal when it really gets personal. This is heavy stuff. Differentiating between honesty, criticism, and verbal abuse is crucial for maintaining a healthy relationship and a balanced relationship. By understanding the intentions behind the feedback, recognizing the signs of emotional abuse, and fostering, cultivating, growing effective communication and listening skills, couples might be able to navigate the fine line between growth and harm. Remember, your self-worth should never be compromised by unwarranted criticism. Embrace your strengths. Seek validation from within and surround yourself with a supportive network that uplifts and empower you. But when I say a supportive network, make sure the network is more healed than you. Because they can't truly be supportive if they're not more healed than you. It was the great Will Smith who once said, I like to surround myself with people that are smarter than me. Because he wants to be in a perpetual state of learning. You need to surround yourself with people who have healed beyond what you've done. So you can start healing, so you can be in the right space. A lot of times, you're in a circle of people who reflect your level of development, as opposed to those who have superseded your level of development. And the reason why we do that is for comfort. I'm not finna play with y'all tonight. Y'all want great relationships, but don't want to put the great effort in that it requires to have it. 1-800-920-1580. Let's get to the phone lines. Let's go. Let's get to the Inland Empire. Bree, get in here. Holla at me.
Hello.
Hey, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
I just want to say, I like the phrase, don't take it personal. I also want to add to that, don't make it personal.
Ooh, come on. Yes.
A lot of times when we're fighting or when we're having words that we think is constructive criticism, we make it very personal instead of keeping it to the topic at hand. Keeping it to saying, okay, what is this and how does my contribution or my critique improve you as a person? Instead, we use that time to throw personal attacks, bring up things that happened 2 weeks ago. And it's just like, no, at that point, then you do in question, is this abuse or is this criticism?
I love it. keep cooking, Bree. You've got truffle oil on the stove right now. Now we just need a little seasoning. I don't even want to know what protein you're cooking with it, but just keep cooking. We need more of what you're laying down right now.
Yeah. And I want to say, too, we, especially as women, but people in general, we got to work on our emotional discipline. At our big grown ages, there is no excuse to be raising our voices at one another. Like, it's basically soft skills that we're lacking at this point. It's like how at what point are we too old to not be effectively communicating with our inside voice? You talking to someone with respect, especially someone that you claim to love and be in a relationship with, you should want to talk to them with respect. But also, no matter what tone you talking to them to, they're more likely to hear you when you talk to them like a human being instead of talking to them like a lot of times their mother talked to them or how your mother talked to you.
Yes.
But that's the thing, especially with us in the Black community. Sometimes in relationships, instead of being our best selves to our partners, we judge love based off how much of our behind can we give someone to kiss and they stick around. And that's not love. That's not love, but that's how a lot of us look at it. How much can I beat this person up? How much can I manipulate and connive them and talk down to them and push all of my insecurities on this person? And as long as they stay, they love me. If they leave, they're just like I thought they were. They proved everything that I thought they were, and I move on and repeat the cycle. Wow. It's a lot going on.
Bree,
it's a lot going on, though.
Bree, guess what you just did?
Me, Bree, by the way.
Huh? Say again?
Oh, I was saying this is me, Bree. I didn't even say hi.
Oh, how you doing? But guess what you just did, Bree? Guess what you just did? Do you know? Do you even know?
I brought the IE.
Come on, you brought the Inland Empire into the building. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. This is a conversation, not a monologue, and the ladies have taken over the voice of reason. It's about time. This platform has been designed for you to get in here and talk to me, and y'all are cooking right now, ladies and gentlemen. 1-800-920-1580. Let's keep this discussion rolling. The ladies are not playing whatsoever. Let's go all the way up to Toronto. You already know what, that's Canada. Come on. Get up in here, Elaine. Elaine.
Hey, Zoe. How are you?
I am alive and well. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
You know what? I saw the topic. This is actually my first time calling into a show, but I felt like I wanted to share something. It's a personal experience that I personally experienced, I would say a little over a year ago, with a gentleman that I met from Philadelphia. So the first thing I want to say is your topic is how to decode your partner's words. Prior to meeting this gentleman, I was in a pretty long relationship. It was more than 6 years. And after that had ended, I decided to just take some time for myself and just make sure I wasn't bringing any unnecessary baggage or any bad habits from the previous relationships that I was in. Because I'm not the type of person to jump from one situation to the other. I don't think that's healthy for either party. So I kind of give it some time just to make sure I'm good, make sure that I'm not, like I said, going from one situation and jumping right into another situation without healing and just taking time to myself, cleaning things up type of thing. So one thing that I said to myself as far as communication goes, decoding my partner's words, because it's something that I had dealt with in that said relationship. One thing I said to myself that I promised that I would do moving forward is to use active listening, just paying close attention to what the other person is saying, being fully present. If something is said to me and it makes me feel some type of way, I'm going to ask for clarification before jumping to conclusions, right? Because that's how things could go up in flames. I tried to empathize also, try to see things from the other person's perspective. That has seemed to work in a lot of different situations that I found myself in. And I pay attention to nonverbal cues. Now, this situation with this gentleman was my very first long-distance dating. So we weren't around each other a lot. It was us getting to know each other either by phone and video. I wanted to give myself some time before I invited him over here, but it never got to that point because another side of him started to peek out, and it wasn't pretty. I don't know. I'm a very I'm a go-getter type of female. If I say I want to do something, I put my mind to it and I get it done. I'm very productive. There was things about him that I was attracted to. And so I decided to pursue the dating aspect of things.
So
But
Elaine, hold
Yeah.
tight, because you cooking right now. I'm enthralled by your story, and I want to hear more. But you got to hold tight as we go forward. When we come full circle, we're going to get back to Elaine from Toronto. We're going to get back to her story because it is getting juicy.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
A sense of peace, a place to kick back and put down roots, a lasting legacy. However you define home, at City National, we're committed to helping you get there with our City National Ladder Up Home Loan Program. Find the full benefits at cnb.com/ladderuphome. City National Bank, here for our clients and communities. Ladder Up program is available only in select areas. Terms and conditions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. City National Bank is an equal housing lender. Member FDIC. NMLS ID 536994.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
That's what we were taught, service before self.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
At Susan G. Komen, we believe that ending breast cancer needs all of us working together. Because if you've just been diagnosed and don't know where to turn, we've got you. If you can't afford the treatment you need, we've got you. And if you are driven to honor the loved one you've just lost, we have a place for you here. Because of you, we're supporting those who need help today while tirelessly searching for tomorrow's cures. Visit Komen.org and be a part of our Susan G. Komen community today.
Anyone can choose to make a difference. You can help people succeed, rebuild after disasters, protect the environment, or feed the hungry. Not only will you make a difference for others, but for yourself. You can earn money for college, learn career skills, and make friendships that last a lifetime. Make a difference. Choose your future. Choose AmeriCorps.
No young person should ever have to worry about having a safe place to sleep at night, or whether anyone cares about them.
But the reality is, 1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis and giving them the support and tools they need to succeed in life. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today. Thank you for caring.
Hello?
Man, where are you? I thought you were coming.
I can't. I'm in bed with the flu.
The flu? Whoa. Grandma's about to crowd surf. Man, I'll call you back.
Don't get stuck at home with the flu. A flu shot is safe, effective, and you can get it at the same time as your COVID-19 vaccine. A flu shot is the best way to prevent the flu and its potentially serious complications. Don't get flu FOMO. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
As I stand here contemplating on the right thing to decide, will I take the wrong direction? All my life, where will I go? What lies ahead of me? I have strong determination, and I'm not afraid of change.
Wait. Hold on. Who did it best? Escape or the Jones Girls? I'm sorry, I digress. I love Escape. They killed it. But did Escape do it better than the Jones Girls? I'm going to err on the side of caution. I believe it was the Jones Girls who did it right the first time. Let's get a piece of that.
As I stand here contemplating on the right thing to decide, will I take the wrong direction? All my life, where will I go? What lies ahead of me? I have strong determination, and I'm not afraid of change. I have yet to find that someone who would care to satisfy me, to stand by me. Oh, who can I run to? Who can I run to?
Boy! The voice of reason is on complete fire. My playlist is my co-host. Don't get it twisted. Who you gonna run to when your partner is criticizing you? Who can you run to? Is it criticism? Or is it in fact the truth? Something you need to hear? Something you've been running from? And you decide to label it as negative? We've got Elaine from Toronto on the line. She was wrapping up her story. Elaine, finish. We got you. Come on back in here.
So thank you, Bill. So just to quickly say, there was a few things that started happening. I would share certain personal objectives with this person, and I noticed that he would throw these comments out very quickly. But the comments weren't just basic comments. There were things that, like, if you were not someone that pays attention, it would just blow right past you. But it kind of was like a dig at me. And the fact that I was pursuing so many things, like as far as businesses and stuff, he wasn't okay with that. And I realized that it had nothing to do with me. Obviously, it had everything to do with him and whatever unresolved issues he was dealing with within himself. Yeah, it was really sad because I really, really liked this person a lot. I really thought that this situation would be able to grow, and then these things like lack of communication. He showed that he was willing to retaliate if there was something I did or said unknowingly. He would retaliate by not communicating to me, things like that. Like, I don't have time for things like that, because.
So let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Is that relationship over?
Oh God! When I saw those things happening, I had to walk away.
So you know what should start happening, right? Like, if you know somebody is broken and they're weaponizing their brokenness against you, right?
Right.
And the relationship, ends organically or whatever, and there's no fighting. You guys didn't actually come to fisticuffs. Then you know what you should do? You should we should start throwing I dodged a bullet parties.
Exactly.
Dodge the bullet parties. Because if you learned a lesson like, oh, got it. This person refuses to change. They refuse to be accountable. They refuse to show remorse. They refuse to be apologetic. They think they're right. They're never going to be anything different than what they are. And the relationship, deteriorates. Dodge the bullet party. That's because so many people get so attached. They be like, ooh. No. Dodge the bullet. Dodge the bullet. It's celebratory now. Let me just say this. You know what you did? Do you know what you did, Elaine?
I think so.
What did you do?
Well, go ahead and tell me.
No, you did. What did you do, Elaine? Do you know what you did?
I dodged a big bullet.
No, you brought Toronto into the building. Lord have mercy.
That's what's up.
Yeah, she done brought Toronto, Canada up in the building, man. We appreciate it. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We on fire tonight. We are on fire this evening. Call in, share your story. I want to talk to you. Who's up next? Attila, Houston, Texas. Get in here.
Uncle Zoe, how are you?
I'm all right.
Good.
I'm okay.
I'm glad to hear it.
I'm hanging in there. Talk to me. What's up? What are your thoughts?
Yes, sir. I wanted to kind of talk about how to, I guess, distinguish between the two, whether or not it's helpful advice or harmful berating, I guess. Would be the word. I feel like it really starts with like you being present with yourself, kind of like Elaine was saying on the previous call, how she basically kind of started to pick up those little things, that little inner voice. Like, how do you feel after you get off the phone with them? How do you feel after interacting with them? I think is a huge part of it, because I struggle on both sides, like critiquing and taking critiques. It's just, it's rough for me. I think
it's rough because you bringing up something that's got my hamster wheel turning. You know what really burns my gears, that grinds my gears. You know what really does that? When you're in a relationship and you're doing everything you can to remain positive. You're doing everything you can to let the person you're talking to know that, these are my perspectives, and they're not necessarily true. They might not even be necessarily true for me. I'm coming to you for context, for understanding, and the person still gets angry and loud and defensive and disrespectful, and you're using I language, and you get what I'm saying? You're actively listening, and you're being positive, but they still feel like you meant something else. When we come forward, we're going to talk to Attila about that. Houston, Texas is in the building. The ladies have been on complete fire.
It's so confusing. Who would be that special one? Every day I'm trying to find you on the run. I got to know, is there a place for me? I know haven't been many names, and a message very clear. All it takes is time and patience to bring you near. But who could me? Tell me, who can I run to? Who can I run to share this empty space?
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Former President Donald Trump is appealing a gag order that prevents him from verbally attacking others in his January 6th election interference case. The notice doesn't include legal arguments, but his legal team is expected to challenge the order on the grounds of free speech. That comes just a day after Black Judge Tanya Chutkan seemed to side with prosecutors in restricting Trump's language, prohibiting him from speech targeting expected witnesses and court personnel. Heightened security continues in New York City with tensions high because of the war between Israel and Hamas. Mayor Eric Adams says there's no dangerous threats to the city at the moment.
We're going to continue to monitor and keep an eye out, as I've always stated, for the lone wolves who are radicalized in their own homes.
The Black mayor says there's no indication there's a substantial increase in attacks on Palestinians after being asked about possible hate crime incidents. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Hi,
I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Shopping for new blinds? At Blindster, we offer over 50 different blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices, custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. Shop at home and order 10 free samples of any product before you buy. Blindster.com.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Boldly taking talk radio where it has never gone before. New vistas, new voices, new views, new visions, new victories. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we're taking public media black.
Happy birthday, Metro K-Line. Whether traveling for business or pleasure, it's time you made today a K-Line day. The K-Line can connect you with fun, food, friends, and family from Crenshaw to Inglewood in one safe, clean, comfortable ride. Take the K-Line today and experience the diversity that makes LA such a great place to live, work, and play. Make it a K-Line day. Go Metro. Visit metro.net/K-Line. Walk to save lives. Join the American Heart Association's Los Angeles Heart and Stroke Walk, Sunday, October 22nd at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Team up with friends and family and walk to end heart and stroke. Every step you take and every dollar raised will help save lives and make our community a healthier place for all. Learn more and sign up for free at heartwalkla.org. Sponsored by Optum, UCLA Health, Providence, Keck Medicine of USC, and Dignity Health.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Roll Charmin Ultra Strong when you drop in the beat. It cleans with way less effort on your seat. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Okay. Charmin flows extra strong from the road. Your butt hella clean while you're sitting on the bowl. Yeah, it's all you need for that bathroom groove. Get you in and out without nothing to prove.
Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
The rent is too damn high. KBLA joins you in calling for affordable housing. The LA Tenants Union is a diverse, tenant-led movement fighting for the human right to housing for all. The LA Tenants Union demands safe, affordable housing and union rent control. They organize against landlord harassment, mass evictions, and displacement, and mobilize for the repeal of the Ellis Act and Costa-Hawkins Act. The LA Tenants Union is on a mission to strengthen tenants' political power through education, advocacy, and direct action. To get help with your eviction or other landlord-tenant issues, take action for justice, or become a member, visit latenantsunion.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Only 1 in 5 people with autism are employed, despite many having the skill set and desire to work.
Maybe it's because employers don't know what kind of jobs they can do. Like, what about a programmer?
That's a job for someone with autism.
How about a healthcare worker?
Yep, that is too. People with autism can do a lot of different jobs, but often get overlooked due to outdated stigmas. Introducing WIN by Autism Speaks. We help businesses lead the way in inclusive hiring.
What about a ranch hand?
To learn more, go to autismspeaks.org/win.
If you're like me, 60 and retired, making ends meet, especially here at the supermarket and drugstore, is tough. I'm so blessed to have found benefitscheckup.org. It's a free and confidential website from the National Council on Aging that connected me to $1,200 a year in programs that help pay for food, medicine, utilities, and more. Maybe it can help you. benefitscheckup.org.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need a love doctor, and I need it right away. I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need to hear the doctor's voice, Sabrina.
Yo, so I got this two-timing chick who got her revenge from when I was on my two-time tip. And even when I tried to correct it, she couldn't get past how she was disrespected, neglected my effort, a pair with no trust, dirty games and affairs that been tearing us up. If things ain't picture perfect, is it really worth it? I have an idea, but I need to know for certain.
I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need a love doctor, and I need it right away. I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need to hear the doctor's voice, Sabrina.
There's a lot of ways to sabotage or ruin your relationship, but one of the main ways, one of the first ways that I see in my office that couples can really hurt their relationship is by being critical of each other. When you're critical of your spouse, you start pointing out all the faults you see. You're focused on the negative side. You're focused on what they wear, what they say, how they look, how they present, all kinds of things. The more you do this, the more your partner shuts down. They withdraw. It hurts. What you should do instead is start overlooking those things. I want you to start focusing on the positive. What does your partner do that's positive? How do they greet people? How do they show up for you? How do they talk to you? What nice things do they do? When you focus on what your partner does well and you tell them, you get more of that. And after all, isn't it much better to get the good stuff than all that negative?
Hey, we talking about it tonight. Self-reflection. That's important. But I'm not going to get into that just yet because we got Atala. Atala from Houston, Texas. She's still on the line. We want to get her powerful point to wrap this up. Talk to me, Atala.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so one last thing. So even if the criticism is harsh, I do think when it comes to relationships, it's important to acknowledge the point that was made, even if it was something that you didn't like, right? So you can acknowledge how you felt based on what they said, but also say that, you know, even though what you said kind of stung a little bit, it hurt my feelings, it doesn't make it any less true.
How do you move forward? Because I'm hearing you, right? I'm hearing you. I don't like what you said, but it was true. And I might not even like how you said what you said.
Exactly.
But it was true. What kind of strength does that take to be able to say, but you know what? You were right.
I don't think it's a strength. Well, I guess you can consider it a strength. I think it's more so a knowledge of self. If I know myself and I know that I'm messed up in a certain way, or it's even being mirrored to me, I have no choice but to acknowledge it, right? Like once the knowledge is there, you have to give credence to that.
Because here's the thing with me. To me, it's like Christmas when I say something, right? And my girl says, you know what? You were right, right? And not because she doesn't acknowledge or isn't accountable for something that I'm pointing out. It's just that I'm rarely right about it. See, I be
you want
wrong.
The affirmation. I
right.
got you.
You see what I'm saying? I be wrong most of the time. But when I am right, what I've noticed about her is she will acknowledge that. She will be like, oh, you know what? You're right about that.
Yes.
And I'm just going to say,
that's important.
For a lot of men to hear that, they be like, well, we are in love.
Yes. Yes, I think you're right. I mean, that it's so important. Again, you got to give that affirmation to your partner. Again, even if it didn't feel good, because you guys are on the same team at the end of the day. Like, what you want for yourself, they want for you. If it's really a team effort. So, I mean, I think it just kind of goes towards both of you guys finishing towards the finish line. Like, you have the same goal in mind. So why wouldn't you acknowledge it and build that person up? That's important.
Wow. Wow. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. You know I appreciate you. Atala, guess what you did?
Brought Houston in the building.
H-Town in the building. Houston, Texas. Do you hear all of the ladies calling in tonight? And some of the ladies are in the chat room talking about, I could have been on for 3 hours. I could have kept talking. He'd be rushing us off the phone. No, I don't. You do know we got segments and we be up against the clock. If I could sit here and just listen to all of you talk, I would. But unfortunately, we got a clock that is like a clock, mechanized. Boom, boom, boom. We hitting certain times. I'm sorry, but guess what? You call in tomorrow, you get to talk some more. Nzinga, Pensacola, Florida, get in here.
Hey, good evening. Good evening. How are you, Mr. Bell?
I am alive and well. How are you, and what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
I'm great. My thoughts on tonight's topic. Sometimes I think a lot of times we listen from ego. I remember you had Dr. Joshana on, and it said no matter the temperament, the tone, the inflection, you're going to get offended anyway. And I guess I want to add one more layer. Most of the time I think we are listening from ego, but sometimes people are critical. And I think that needs to be taken into account. What do you think, or how does it happen when constructive criticism can turn into browbeating almost? Because I've seen that. I've seen that dynamic where, you know, they're giving constructive criticism, but then you start to look for it. You know, I need you to, you know, tell me what to do or tell me how to be. How can people avoid stuff like that? Like, is it even possible?
Yeah, it's possible. It's the dodge the bullet party. See, again, if you're watching and if you're paying attention, you know when somebody is broken and refuses to fix themselves. You know, see, like, it's one thing to deal with a broken person, right? Because we're all broken, right? But if there is no intention to take personal responsibility for one's own brokenness and they just want to stay the same, that party needs to be thrown. The dodge the bullet party. See, because many times we feel time, energy, money, all of that. We've invested all of this stuff and we're past the point of return and we can't. But if you're paying attention, say this person never takes responsibility for what they do, what they say. They don't want to get better. They don't want to change. They don't think anything is wrong with them. They don't think they need to change. They think they're better than me. They think they're smarter than me. They think they're better provisioned than I am. And they feel like they're at a different level in the same relationship. I want you to think about that for a second. How in the hell can one partner be at a different level in a relationship with somebody else?
Well, they thought they were better from jump.
But do you see? It's insanity to even think that it's impossible to be at a different level than the person you're in a relationship with. If, as the great Krishnamurti states, relationship is a mirror. You get who you are. Many people think because I've accumulated stuff in the world and I may have accumulated more things than you, that we are somehow at two different levels. Yet we're in the same relationship. Then some men turn it into the physical piece. Guess what? I'm bigger and I'm stronger, so that means I'm in control. So you know what that does? You know what that says? Sisters, I need you to hear that. You know what this should say to you?
What?
I need to throw a bullet party.
Bullet party. Because that can turn into, I'm bigger and stronger. That can, go from 0 to 100 really quick. Yeah.
Do you see?
Definitely need to dodge the button. Yeah.
Do you see?
But all I can say, I kind of want to leave y'all, leave with or say is, for me, I'm learning to, and how you've preached in the past, kind of wait and do things in love, whether it's constructive criticism, voicing a concern, giving a boundary, do it in love, because the other side of that, it doesn't come off as constructive.
There you go. Listen, you know what you did, though, right?
Yes, sir. I brought Pensacola in the building.
You brought Pensacola, Florida in the building, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know the routine, you know the protocol. All you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580 when we come forward. You thought I didn't still have a lot to talk about? Wrong.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Hey, everything okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Honey. Hey, I'm here for you. Tell me about school today.
When kids can't find the right words, music can help them sound it out. Talk to the kids in your life about their emotional well-being. Find tools and resources at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
What is dedication?
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that my kids wouldn't have a father. And I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. I definitely had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Is your eyesight changing?
I can't read this anymore.
Don't lose hope. People just like you are working every day using Braille, screen magnification, speech technology, and other tools and blindness skills. Your eyesight may have changed, but your goals, they don't have to. We can help. Visit us on the web at blind.org. The National Federation of the Blind. Live the life you want.
Now. We tend not to think about now. We dream about tomorrow, relive yesterday. But right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. Victory over cancer is there for the taking by you, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory. Learn more at v.org.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Some people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is killing people. It's a powerful opioid, often made illegally and commonly mixed with illicit drugs. It can even be pressed into counterfeit pills that resemble prescription medications. Just 2 milligrams, about the size of a few grains of sand, can potentially be lethal. This isn't an ad to scare you, but it is an ad to make you think twice. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
some sugar. So do what you wanna do. Rubbing my body down the whole night through. Yeah, if you wanna see me, come and see me. Come and see me. Don't waste time, just please me. Soak up all of my affection.
Come on, man. My playlist is crazy. No, just give me just another 10, 15 seconds.
All of my affection.
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR. We on fire tonight. Yeah, let's get it. Let me take my last caller of the night. I'm staying on point, Long Beach, California. You already know what it is. LA has been in the house. The ladies have dominated the conversation. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Alafia family.
Alafia.
Really quickly, everyone had awesome points tonight. And to encompass or try to encompass everything that's been said, if you're not in alignment, then you're not going to be able to accurately see what's in front of you. And not only see it, be able to dissect it and then move on from there. But, you know, in layman terms, I think the teamwork aspect is out as well. You spoke about, you know, or the snippet that you played talked about, you know, what's after the marriage, what's after, you know, kids or buying the house or whatever. You know, if you don't have that wherewithal to stick it out and see things for what it is, this is my partner, this is who I want to roll out the rest of my life with, then everything else is going to fall fast, unfortunately.
No, truer words have never been spoken. I'm staying on point. Long Beach, LBC. What did you just do?
I brought it in the building.
You under dig, LBC in the building. We appreciate the calls. Now, the voice of reason's time to chime. That verse was 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1 through 16 that the brother mentioned earlier. The wife's body does not belong to her, but also to her husband. But also, meaning her, it belongs to her and him. In the same way, the husband's body does not belong to him alone, but also to his wife. Do not deprive each other except by mutual consent and for a time, so that you may devote yourselves to prayer. That's what the verse was. Now, we were talking about I statements versus you statements. You statements indicate blaming, condemning, right? You always do this. You always say that. You don't do this. You didn't do that. You embarrass me. You never tell me. These are terms you want to stay away from, right? You want to use I statements. I feel frustrated. When? Right? When I come home and the house is dirty. I feel frustrated when my feelings and my thoughts are not being respected, heard, or acknowledged. I feel worried when I don't hear from you, and I just want to know that you're okay, right? I would love to know how you're feeling about this, right? And you should always start sentences from your perspective. And I take it a step further, and I always say, preface your statement with, and I could be wrong. This is my perspective, and my perspective in no way, shape, or form represents the absolute truth. But this is how I'm perceiving it, and I could be interpreting and or misinterpreting what you're saying, what you're doing. So it's very important that you guys operate with that mindset if you don't want to have your partner feeling like, you know, you're being disrespectful or you're condemning them, right? And then also, ladies, you need to understand something. When you're criticizing a man, and I think sometimes for men, we get criticism and nagging and all of that stuff wrapped into one thing, right? And you have to understand, men need validation. We need your approval because you're our woman. We've let you into that space. So, you hear some women say, men have needs just like women have needs. And I'm aware that he has. Well, if you're aware that he has needs, part of your stewardship of the relationship is to pour into those needs. And that's part of his responsibility as well. If you don't do it, he might get jealous. He might get jealous of your job. He might get jealous of your friends, right? He might need constant reassurance. He might enter a space of nonstop comparison, right? He might start ignoring important issues because you and he are out of sync. He might become overly sensitive, right? He might start avoiding intimacy with you. He might start picking petty fights. Listen, all of this is in this space or can fester in a space where it's not a safe space to talk. It's not a safe space to have open, honest, transparent communication. He might even start going MIA, just start disappearing, right? And I'm not saying this is exclusive to men. I'm saying women do the same thing too. So, you want your relationship to be healthy. You want your relationship to actually work. You got to become more self-reflective and in the relationship. Self-reflection plays a vital role in determining whether your significant other's observations align with your true essence and values. Engage in introspection to evaluate the validity of their feedback. Consider if it resonates with your authentic self or if it conflicts with your core beliefs. This introspection empowers you to navigate their observations with clarity and make informed decisions about accepting or disregarding your feedback. Right? Listen, man, this is real work right here. And if you don't do it, we're going to be fighting all night long. Listen, I started the conversation. You finish it. Up next, you already know who she is. My homegirl, your homegirl. She got a fire show, RSVP with Jill Monroe.
The sun, the rain, the moon, the stars, and the mountains.